Hello and welcome. My name is Katie and I wanted to introduce to you my new course, which is called Roadmap to Ron. Roadmap to Ron is something that I made with love to the community for remote online notaries that are basically lost on how to either start your business, streamline your business, or scale your business. We're going to get into all of that within the actual course. First of all, we're going to do a baseline of what remote online notarization is, how to explain it to different clients, how to navigate the different security features, and everything like that. A very baseline look at what it looks like to be a remote online notary, but then also how to get set up for success, how many platforms you should have to be able to start setting up for online notarizations. There's examples of a couple different platforms on how to set up your first notarization, how to pre-tag. Some of the other things that you can look forward to seeing is an actual example of a script. I have read through my script. That way you can see what it looks like during an actual notarization, how to explain biometrics and knowledge-based authentication questions to clients in a way that they will understand. And I also give you my own templates of what I have used to be able to streamline my whole entire business so that the notarizations used to be anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour to 2 hours to sometimes even longer, down to my last seller's package was a total of 8 minutes. It is 8 minutes that I have taken out of my time. And then I can go on and do other things. The client can go do other things, and it just retains that business. I give you all types of different tips and tricks and things that I use within my own business to grow it. That way you can either scale it to a full-time career or use it as a good side income. I'm doing this because I'm looking at what it is that I have in the course, just because there is a lot. There's, I think right now, 87 different lessons with a ton of different videos that go in depth on my practices, how I have streamlined everything, things that I think are important for everybody in their business. So everywhere from taking your first phone call as a notary all the way to invoicing and what you should include on that. We're going to talk about platforms, so you'll be able to see a sneak peek of, as of right now, there's 3 separate platforms that I go through as a step-by-step on how to get something set up for a notarization. We talk about how to do your discovery calls. We talk about how to set up tests with a friend or those mock sessions, and then things that you should look out for. I give recommendations on how to find out the pricing for each of these platforms and the important things to consider when you are choosing your platforms. Then we go into scheduling your signers, the tips and the tricks that I have used to be able to cut down on my time, how to prep the signers, how to prep your business partners, and basically make the whole entire process as good as it possibly can be. That way you aren't spending a ton of time getting new clients because you retain all of the ones that you build. We're going to talk about scheduling, the different ways to make it so that people will schedule with you without you having to do anything. One of my favorite feelings is when I'm off doing some fun stuff like going to a museum and then I see that I get a booking. So we're going to show you how to do that as well. And then the other thing that I wanted to very much touch on is the different types of income sources. We're going to talk about signing services because more and more signing services are utilizing remote online notarization, how to introduce remote online notarization to these signing companies, the different marketing tactics that you would usually want to introduce. That way, if they don't do remote online notarization, you can be at the forefront and you can be the go-to for remote online notarizations for these signing companies. For success, different things that you would have to think about for marketing. That is specifically for signing services. Signing services are going to be explained, and then also some of the reasons of why you would want to use signing services, even if you had a pretty robust client base already. Other thing is that we are going to talk about going direct. So I think that most people want to have as much income as they possibly can. And then the easiest way to make income is to go directly to the business partners without using a signing service. I go into my exact methods of how I got my first title company, how I have introduced myself, how I get these relationships. I go in depth on how I do that as a whole entire chapter. You are going to see all of the details of everything that I do to be able to get clients. The other thing that's in here is a document bank. So you will be able to see what it looks like to fill out the documents. Some of the more common ones, we're going to talk about your role as the notary, the questions that you can ask and the questions that, the questions that you can answer and the questions that you cannot, and what to do if they do ask you a question that you can't answer. We're going to talk about that, filling out the documents. We're going to give you real life examples of what it would look like to pre-tag the documents and how to fill out some of the documents that are the most missed and the most common. The other thing that I think is very exciting that I just added is social media marketing. I think that social media is a great way to help build your business, and I do know that it can be very confusing for a lot of people. I have done something where it's Social Media 101 about how to get started with Canva and how to do different types of things with social media. That way, you know, that is your landing page, and people get to know you as your business, and then it kind of talks for you. So I think that social media is a very important part of building your business. The other thing that we talk about is collaborating with notaries. So I think that collaborating with notaries is very, very important. We are going to talk about how to meet them, how to work with different notaries, and then some of the things that you can do when you're introducing yourself to these different notaries that can turn into potential business partners or witnesses or referral sources. If you get plugged into the community and you are present, usually you would be able to pass work back and forth between notaries. The other thing is that there is some marketing done for you. So I have used ChatGPT and Canva. I show you how to do that. And then also you have some that are done for you. I did a how to get signed on guide that you can either use as a blank or as a template. And then also some post guides for entire months. You can be all set with your social media. So if you aren't interested in learning, you can just use the materials that I made and then just go ahead and start getting ideas and then posting to your social media. So that way everything is all set. So those are templates that you can use at will. And that is pretty much it for right now, but I do have to tell you that it is there's more in there than what I have talked about. This is a 9-minute video. There is still stuff that I continually think, oh, they need to know this, and I'll go and put it in there. That's what is in there as of right now, but there is definitely going to be some additions. And then the nice thing about this is that this is 2 years of me doing trial and error to find out the best ways to build my business and scale it. I really think that this is a good system for you to be able to get locked in, start making income, and then start diversifying your income. I go into all of that. I go into tips and tricks. I really think that it is worth it. Feel free to check out some of the free lessons so that way you can get a little bit of a sneak peek of what it'll look like. And then if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. But thank you.